The Bumpak Woven Fabric Craft in Talo District, Seluma Regency, Bengkulu Province is estimated to have existed long before Indonesia's independence. Unfortunately, so far it is hard to find any historical records that describe in detail the crafts of the original Bengkulu community. In fact, the development of traditional woven cloths from time to time often experiences ups and downs, which had the threat of extinction because almost no community member continued and preserved the culture of making traditional woven fabrics. The Bengkulu Provincial Government has also been aware of this and since 2017 has made efforts to preserve and develop traditional Bumpak weaving crafts, which began by registering and inventorying these craft centers. The goal of the Preservation and Development Program is to develop traditional woven fabric crafts into a handicraft industry that is characteristic of the Bengkulu region and at the same time can be a source of livelihood for the local community. Based on the results of the registration and inventory, the Bengkulu Provincial Government noted that there were 2 villages in Talo District, Seluma Regency, which became the center of Bumpak woven fabric development, namely Kampai Village and Masmambang Village. Bumpak woven fabric in Kampai Village had existed since the Dutch colonial era when the people used traditional woven cloth in their daily lives, especially in traditional ceremonies, kendarian and marriage. Initially, the Kampai villagers used cotton fibers produced from cotton gardens planted by the local people themselves. The cotton fibers are then spun into yarn to then be woven into cloth using traditional Jodokan looms. The weaving tradition was then taught to the next generation from generation to generation. Some of the motifs that developed at that time and passed down through generations include the Pangup snake motif, bunna eyes, sitting elephants, the Juang elephants, Atiata bamboo shoots and others. There are 2 main differences between the handicrafts of Bumpak woven fabric that are currently developing with Bumpak woven fabrics in the era of the 1980s. The difference is that, in the decade of the 1980s, the craftswomen of Bumpak woven fabric still used traditional Jodokan looms, while now using looms not machines, ATBM. Another difference is that in the 1980s the yarn used was cotton yarn spun from cotton fibers produced from cotton gardens in the local area, while now the threads used are manufactured threads from other regions or imported threads from other countries. So far the craftswomen of Bumpak woven fabric in Kampai village not only made woven fabric but could make derivative products such as cap, tablecloth, scarves, clothes and others. However, unfortunately some production activities, such as sewing activities, are still handed over to tailors outside the group of craftswomen of Bumpak woven fabric. This is done because the group of craftswomen still do not have their own sewing machines.
Nyekut